A recent study showed that 83% of women believe that chivalry is in fact dead. And it's crazy because when I first heard the term chivalry, it was because someone was saying that chivalry is dead.
You was like, what?
So
what is that?
I want to explore that. I want to talk about it. Is chivalry actually dead? Should men reserve chivalry for certain women? Is there a certain type of woman who usually receives chivalry? We're gonna get into all that in this episode, man. And by the end of this episode, we're gonna make chivalry cool again. G. We gotta make chivalry cool again.
Make chivalry
Need to bring
great
that shit
again.
back. If it's dead, we bringing it back.
Just different.
All right. Welcome to Terry Roseland Podcast. We back with another episode. Got a lot of people here today, man. But the episode is brought to you by Killer Cocktails.
You already know.
We have one right here. It's a lemon drop.
It is a lemon drop. Yes, so Killer Cocktails still on the same shit. Events, whatever may have you. Single bottles coming back end of summer. I tried very hard not to do that shit. Unfortunately, it's highly requested. So I have to go back to the single bottles. I gotta get this money. So y'all already know. Boogie.
Boogie's not near Mike. He never is.
He's not.
These
Killer
days.
Cox
But
around the clock.
we have a full house today. Boogie's here. Rail's on the boards. Jody's here. Precious is here. And we have the newest member of FC Network. Jodeci is here.
Jodeci.
Yeah.
Ew. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Shout out to Jodeci.
Especially
All
because motherfuckers will be like, who?
Y'all to meet Jodeci when y'all need to meet him.
Whenever that's,
And
yeah.
All right. So, Cam,
What's up?
I was 19, right?
Mm-hmm.
I met this woman, or this young lady. She was 18.
Mm-hmm.
And we went out on a date. We got on a date, and I call her a woman because she was a woman. She was the most mature woman I had dated at that time in life. We went out on this date, first date. We in the car, we ride and everything cool. We get to the restaurant, we pull up. I get out the car, start walking towards the spot. She taking a while to get out the car. So I'm stopped, kind of hanging back to see what's going on. I'm like, is the seatbelt broke? She stuck in the car, what's going on? So I go back to the car and open the door like, hey, you good? She like, yeah, I'm good. She get out, and because I'm opening and closing the car door now she's ahead of me.
Mm-hmm.
So we get to the actual door of the restaurant, and she turns and stops and looks at me. What the fuck are you doing? So I open the door, right? And then it's like a little vestibule. So, it's like a door, small hallway to another door. So we get to the second door, and she stopped, turned around and looked at me. And I'm like, okay, I get it. I gotta open the doors. Now, I've never not opened the door for her after that interaction of 30 to 45 seconds, right? Like, so she kind of taught me exactly what I needed to do and how to be chivalrous. I had never really been taught that before. I can't say that I really saw it too much. I mean, I came from a two-parent household. My parents was married. I'm not saying my father wasn't chivalrous. I don't think I've ever seen my parents go on dates and shit like that. So I can't say I remember my dad doing it. He was a nice guy overall. I'll say that. But she kind of taught me that in that moment. I can't say that I practiced that on every woman, right? But it was an experience.
And she did it without words.
She did it without words.
That's a bad bitch. And I hope she's doing great today.
She is. And when I see her now, I still open doors for her.
Period. Because
we don't even date.
She's not going to have it no other way.
Yeah, like, and it's like
like dating or not.
She showed it. She didn't complain about it.
Standards and
She didn't
requirements.
explain it to
That's
me. She
No
didn't
words.
like nag about it.
I'm going to let you catch
It
on.
wasn't a
Like,
conversation.
yeah.
She just kind of demanded it, and it was cool the way she did it. It was smooth. I had no problem with it.
Waiting in the car.
I couldn't have a problem with it.
And then not having an attitude when the nigga finally opens the door.
Yeah, it was no
is
attitude.
a skill.
It was no attitude. The whole shit
That's
was
a
super
skill.
cool.
Because most women, like, nigga come open the door and you don't have me waiting there like 30 seconds, 45 seconds. Motherfucker, damn, nigga, about time. Like, fuck, like, so yeah, I get why you say that was the most mature woman at the time that, like, you had. Because 18 coming like that, she had a great dad. Probably.
Yeah, she was set up. And she didn't even really have her dad around.
Really?
She was raised around all women, but she was just the earthy Erykah Badu vibe. Like, the first woman I ever met that was like that, though. Like, she was just different.
At such a young age.
She was different, yeah, for
Real,
sure. So shout out to her. Very mature chick. If you listen to this right now, though, man, make sure y'all support what we got going on, man. Make sure y'all leave a review on whatever podcast app you're listening to us on right now. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, comment. all the good stuff. And make sure above all things you share this shit with somebody that you think need to hear it.
Yep.
All right. Let's get into it, man. Do you feel like men should reserve chivalry for certain women?
No.
Cam, every woman should get it. Every woman deserves chivalry. Is what you're saying?
I think that chivalry is just a fancy word for being a nice person.
I could be nice and not chivalrous though.
But that's fine. But at the end of the day, it's still just a more fancy word of saying like, just naturally be courteous.
I think it's more so being intentionally thoughtful than nice.
Okay. I think
Right.
that, damn, that's valid. I feel like it's more of a characteristic.
Okay.
Like if you're just that way, then that applies to all women.
Okay.
Like if you're,
that's not the question though.
if
But I do
you're-
want to get to that later, but that's not the question. I'm glad you said that. though.
Okay.
The question is, should men? So let's say
Yes.
there are some.
No, they shouldn't reserve it for certain
There are
women.
some men who are just that way, right? And there's some
Right.
men who are not.
Right.
But even for the men who are not always that way, because it's like me, for example, right? I'm chivalrous to certain women. I'm not chivalrous to everybody. Do you think I should?
So
be?
if you're heading
why?
into the grocery store
Right.
and let's say a woman is a few steps behind you, like maybe 5 or 6 steps behind you,
Yeah.
are you gonna let the door close?
I'm holding the door for women. Going to the grocery store for sure.
So that's basically what I'm saying.
I'm not opening the door for every girl to get in my car. Even girls that I'm
Okay,
fucking
so
with.
we can do levels of chivalry. Like we can say like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's certain levels of it, but I think like the main basics just comes with being courteous.
Okay. Let's go into the dating
dating.
shit
Okay,
though. Like this is
cool.
what we on, the
Yeah,
dating shit.
okay.
So for me personally, and I'm not saying that I'm right. I'm not saying that I'm wrong. It's just how I am. You know, and it's cool. Thoughts need love too, right? They need chivalry.
I think everybody needs love.
Yeah, they need whatever. I'm not doing everything for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not. Do you think I should though? And why do you think I should? Do you think because you have a vagina, you were born with a vagina, I should be chivalrous to you? In a dating sense of opening a car door, of pumping your gas, of doing all these things.
No, but I do think that if we speaking in a dating sense, which we are, like, since like you're clearly already attracted and you clearly like you want this to go somewhere, because if you're taking me on dates for you to even have to open my car door, like blase, then I think that you would want to do that. Like, I think that should be something that you would want to do.
What if I
Not
don't?
because I have a vagina, but because like your interest in me should want me to do less.
To want you to be more just in a relaxed, like I should want to do shit for you.
You should definitely want to open the door. Like that's the least.
What if a guy is really feeling a chick and he don't mind doing none of that stuff for her, but he don't do it just because he was never taught to do it? That shit don't even cross his mind. That's just not the environment that he from.
Well, I mean, I don't know, like, how extensive is his want to do it then? Like, what is really his desire?
Like, for example, with me, when I was 19, I didn't mind doing none of the stuff the girl told me to do. I wanted to be nice.
But you
I
just
wanted
didn't
to show
do it
her a
because
good
you
time.
didn't.
I just didn't know no better.
Well, then you didn't know that that's what you wanted to do until you was introduced to that.
Okay.
Like, you wasn't like, oh, I want to open her doors, but I'm scared.
Do you
like,
think a nigga need? Do you think a guy lose points for that though?
for not?
Yeah, with you.
Yeah.
Or even if he didn't know. Do you lose
Yeah.
points for that?
How do I know he didn't know? Like, what do I?
I mean, he might, because once you tell him, he might just do it with no problem.
Yeah, that's
But then
valid.
some dudes, you
I
might
just
tell
feel
him, and he
at
might
this-
be like, nah, I
at
ain't
this
doing that.
age
You
though,
doing too
like
much.
at this age, like 30,
Niggas know.
if you don't, like, I don't really know. I feel like if I got to explain this to you, I'm going to have to explain so much more. And I'm just not sure if I'm ready to sign up for that.
Yeah, true. How do you think that women can return a gesture for a guy being chivalrous? Because I think right now we in a space where it's just men don't want to take care of women in no regard. We in a space where everybody's arguing over bills and shit. It's like, oh, chick finna get over on
Same
me.
conversation.
Everybody, there's a thing where like men are just like, I'm not going for none of that shit.
Yeah, like fuck that.
You know what I'm saying? And it might be an overcorrection. It might be a thing of like niggas been played so many times by so many women that they got a bad taste in their mouth and they just on bullshit. It might be because how they was raised. It's a different factors for every different guy. But at the same time, that's just the society we live in right now, right? Where guys don't want to do these things. So in us trying to make chivalry cool again, it's like, how do you, like, is it certain things that women can do to make men want to do it again, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think, like, first of all, in any regard to somebody who does not know how to do something versus them just not doing it, I think that a woman should always speak up if those are her requirements. That's first and foremost. Like, if that's your standard and that's what you know you need to experience in a situation, dating, relationship, whatever, then you definitely need to be vocal about that.
Right.
That's first and foremost. I mean, and then also like creating, I won't say safe space, so sick of that term, but a comfortable space as well for a man to, feel comfortable doing that for you. Because I feel like, let's say your situation, let's just use that.
Yeah.
I feel like if she would have snapped off when you finally did open the door, maybe your view towards doing it for her would have been a little slighted.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I wouldn't open that next door.
You see what I'm saying? And you wouldn't have done that for her any further, and you wouldn't still be doing that for her today.
We might have been on the way home.
So it's like, and I think that's the comfortable space that I'm speaking of.
Right.
Like, not catching the attitude, not being so like about it, because a nigga may not know. And then, if a nigga fucked with 10 bitches that didn't require that, you the 11th, I mean, damn, like, you might not require it either. That's what the statistics show. So if you do, then create that comfortable space for him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. As much as I fuck with what you just said, I kind of disagree.
Okay.
I feel like as men, right, we gotta initiate everything. I think we gotta, like, and I always say, like, you have to demonstrate then demand. So I feel like if it's guys who feel like, man, I'm not doing this for a chick, I'm not doing that for a chick, these chicks don't deserve this, they don't deserve that, they not doing this, they not doing that, I feel like we have to do it first and then set the expectations, like set the standard and then have her meet the standard. Because I feel like women gonna kind of follow what we do and the tone that we set. But if we looking for them to set the tone, then that's like ass backwards. Like, as a guy to look for, like, oh, well, she got to be like this for me to do this. Like, I don't think that really works. Or that it makes sense, because now she's the leader. Like,
you think that creating a comfortable space makes the woman the leader?
I think if the woman has to, like, initiate and like groom a nigga into everything she want him to be, then yeah, like she's kind of like the taking the lead in the situation. She's kind of dictating the pace of where this is going. You know what I'm saying? I mean, is she not? Like,
I mean, no, like, I honestly don't feel that way. Because when I just say creating a comfortable space, like, I'm not speaking in the aspect of like, oh, she taking control and like, that's just it. Like, no, I'm just saying, like, you don't even have to say that you're making him comfortable enough to do these things for you. Like, it's just, like I said, like, she was just like, oh, he walking towards the door, I'm waiting for him to realize that, like, it's very simple if you're gonna be simple about it. But if you're gonna trip about it, then that creates a whole different type of,
I think even in that situation, when I was 19, she was leading that situation. Like,
yeah, but do you think she felt like she led the rest of y'all's?
I don't know how she felt, but that's just what it was.
I said you.
Like, do I feel like that?
Do you feel like however long y'all was talking after that, do you feel like she led the rest of the way after that?
In a sense, yeah. I feel like she had to teach me everything. Like not everything, but she had to teach me a lot of shit about. She was just more mature.
And that's exactly why I said earlier in the beginning, if I have to teach you chivalry, I'm going to have to teach you so much more.
Yeah, it was a lot of shit she had to teach me.
Yeah.
But I also feel like and you kind of touched on this when the show first started. I don't want to go there yet, but we could go there now. Like, I don't know, like how much of it is it just like you have to just be that person? You know what I'm saying? How much of it is just like because it's like even with me, for example, like I can't necessarily say I should be the way I am as far as like I'm gonna be like this to this person and be like this to the other person. Because I know in my heart of hearts, the person that I'm not being chivalrous to, I shouldn't be talking to that person anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't feel any way about that person. I'm really wasting time. There's really something to do and there's nothing to do.
And that's what I said.
There's not a good situation for you. So as much as I can say that like, oh, well, I don't feel bad for not doing this for this woman because she don't really deserve it. At the same time, I know I shouldn't be fucking with her anyway. So... Because
if she don't deserve it, like...
Yeah.
And that just goes back to what I said.
And deserve is such a strong word, right?
Because it's just, it's a slippery slope.
Yeah, because she don't, for me, I'll say that.
She's not worthy of you giving her that for you.
Right. And in that regard, I just shouldn't be dating her. Mm-hmm. So I do think, like, in the ideal situation, it should just be like, this is just who you are. This is just what you do. Mm-hmm. Like, you should just be this nice person, this chivalrous person. It shouldn't be a like, oh, I'm gonna pick and choose who I do it for, or if we not in a good space, I'm not doing that no more. Yeah. Like, you just blew me, I ain't holding the door for you. Like, it shouldn't be something that's dangled over someone's head.
That's important that you said that.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to go deep into it?
I mean, yeah, because I mean, that's like everything just ties into what I said, like characteristic. Like, that's kind of why I said that, like, it's a fancy word for just being courteous or being nice. Mm-hmm. And courteous and nice, like, we know that those are like characteristics that people maintain. You know, people, I'm sure, in your life that are just fucking always nice, mm-hmm. or like just always that way. Yeah. And I think that that's definitely something that is like character based. Yeah. So I do get the like this vibe, and I'm glad you said ideal, because yes, ideally, yes, everybody would be this way, but everybody's not like that. But for the people that are, like, that's why I feel like it's a characteristic. But when we tie like into dating, it's like you said, if you don't want to do these things for me, I don't necessarily think like we should be dealing with each other or you should be dealing with me. Yeah. Because it's just something that definitely for a woman that you're interested in should just come naturally.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that, you know, I think men got to get just to the place to where we have positive views of women for it to be at a place where that does come naturally. Yeah,
absolutely.
Because I think if you have a positive view of this person, if you don't know chivalry, as soon as you learn it, you will be doing all that shit. Yeah. Like, if you're not used to if you've never seen somebody open doors and do all that, as soon as you learn that, oh, she would like this, you're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're doing shit to impress her anyway. Like, you trying
to add that to the list.
Yeah. But I think that men should always be trying to set the tone and set the tempo, and not be on some like, oh, well, because I'm so used to women being not shit and this and that, I'm not doing this for women. It's like, nah, this is how I'm coming, and you either gonna meet the standard or I'm gonna stop fucking with you. You know what I'm saying?
So there's only one thing that you said, like, in regards to like men should set the tempo. Yeah. Like, I agree with that, but then I also like believe that I hate that women don't think that there are ways for them to be chivalrous as well. Okay. So like, I don't know, like, I feel like chivalry, like this fancy word that was made up so long ago. Like, if you look chivalry up, that word is like an old word.
It was for medieval times. It used to mean something completely different. Yeah. It was for soldiers and shit.
Yeah. So, but then it became to mean like literally a man-based definition. Like, it was only dictated by what the man does for the woman. In regards to just being courteous, nice, extending a hand, like blase, whatever. But I do think like when those things come into play, like the list of like shit that men can do to be chivalrous, it kind of in this day and age just sounds like shit that both parties could do. Okay. So like, I mean,
I don't know. When I think of chivalry, I think of a man doing things for women that are like more so to protect her or to be courteous. Yeah. And just to make everything easy in her situation.
And there are ways where a woman can protect her man and be courteous and make things easier in a situation. Okay. So that's just it. And I just feel like I'm here to just show women ways to be chivalrous toward the nigga that they like.
So you got some ways?
I do.
We ain't gonna jump into that yet. We still got some more conversation to go as far as just trying to change the dynamic of how we look at chivalry.
The narrative,
right?
yeah.
For the culture,
I mean,
right?
I look at chivalry in a positive way. I mean, I personally don't feel like
think every woman does.
men are chivalrous. Like I don't think chivalry is dead.
Oh, you saying you look at it in a positive light?
Yeah.
In that sense, yeah. And I think even women. It's a lot of women do feel like it's dead. Obviously 83%
Yeah, clearly.
of the women that were surveyed in that survey said that they feel like it's dead. But I think that when women look at chivalry, they look at it as a positive thing, and men, that's a lot of guys necessarily don't. They look at it like some simp shit. Everything is simp shit.
Yeah.
Anything taking care of a woman.
Yeah.
Again, this nigga's out who like
simping.
This could be my wife and the mother of my kids. I'm not taking care of
not.
her. She got to pay half these fucking bills. I don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just where we are as a generation.
Yeah.
But I mean, that is what it is. Now, I do want to say this: when it comes to the type of women who usually receive chivalry, right? That's the question. Do you feel like there's a certain type of woman that typically receives chivalry versus a different type of woman?
I think the only difference is the woman that requires it.
That's the only difference?
Mm-hmm.
So you feel like if any type of chick required it, she gonna get it?
I feel like somebody's gonna be chivalrous to that bitch. Because all you're talking about right now is a bitch that's not that bad, or ugly bitch, or a fat bitch, or what then? What type of bitch?
A mean bitch.
Okay. Even a mean bitch.
I mean, because all that
chivalry, because some niggas like that.
All ugly, fat, whatever we want to call it, the nigga who dating her like her.
Yeah, then the nigga that's dating that mean bitch like her ass too.
He might not like her. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Hey, but so what is he doing? What is he doing? Some niggas really do like that. And I hate to say it, but it's true.
I don't know. It's some mean girls that I've liked, but I did not want to be nice to them because they were mean. It's like, I like you, but you an asshole, and I'm just not going.
Maybe you should reflect on why you like her, even though she's mean and an asshole.
That's another issue I got going on. I'm trying to get away from that.
Facts.
But yeah, it's some women who are like assholes.
Yeah,
and I don't feel like those women typically get chivalry, and I feel like a lot of times they don't expect it. Like chicks who have like fucked up attitudes, rude as fuck, all that.
Maybe they know they're fucking mean.
Yeah, and it is some bougie chicks that got fucked up attitudes who still expect that. But there's a lot of little chicks that run around.
And the bougie chicks with the bad attitudes, they the ones that get it too. Because like I said, niggas like, maybe I should have said a bad bitch with attitude. Like niggas like them type of bitches.
Yeah. She gonna find a nigga that's gonna bend over backwards for her.
She's gonna find plenty of them.
Yeah, she gonna find niggas that's gonna bend over backwards for her. Do you think women seek that right now? I do feel like a lot of women seek a nigga who gonna let her have her way versus a nigga who actually right for her.
Yeah, but that's just a woman that's not ready to really like, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like this nigga let you have your way for 2 years and it's not the nigga you're gonna end up with.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
So like wasted 2 years then, I guess.
That's fucked up. All right, man. As far as a certain kind of woman receiving chivalry, as fucked up as it sound, I do feel like if a woman isn't a courteous person, then I feel like you get the energy you put back out. So I can't say you deserve some shit that you ain't willing to reciprocate.
Yeah.
So I do feel like it's certain type of women who get chivalry, and those are the women who
when you put it like
who
that,
have that vibe.
That
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So that's that, man. What do I want to ask you? Let's see. It's a lot of guys who love bomb.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of guys who might use chivalry to just get what they want from a woman faster.
Fact.
So it's like, I'm not really into opening these doors. I'm not really into, pumping the gas, doing XYZ, but I'm gonna do all this shit so I can get this pussy though. Mm-hmm. What do you say about what's your thoughts on that though? Like, is it ways that you can tell when a dude just kind of like playing that game?
I would say, I want to say that it's a way that you could tell, but see, I would be biased towards myself because my intuition, and it's just like, I can't say that this is how you can, because it's not a guideline. It's just me. But I just feel like at the end of the day, sometimes when these niggas come off the rip doing shit, you got to let them keep doing that shit and see how long they can go.
I thought you were gonna say you gotta cut them off.
No.
Just keep letting them do
Oh,
that
no,
shit.
no. I'm not cutting you off. Because if I'm liking what
Are
you're
you
doing.
giving them the coochie?
No.
So you
If
can't
you
get the coochie.
off the rip, because it's a difference.
So basically, keep letting them do it while not giving them the pussy.
Love bombing is beyond chivalry.
Yeah.
Like, we're not talking about you opening my door. We're not talking about you carrying some groceries upstairs for me. We're not talking. No, we talking about you spending $2,000 in the first week.
I don't think you got to be that far, but I hear you.
But if we talking, what, $200 in the first day?
Like Shorty, it's a chick that I just interviewed
Mm-hmm.
or just did some question with. They was saying a nigga introduced her to his family like the first day.
I don't want to meet your
It's
family.
shit like that.
I don't want to meet your
That's
family.
like love bombing.
I don't want to meet your family.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And if you even suggest it, you got to know the red flags. So I guess I can detach my intuition and just say, like, there are red flags. Like, you want me to meet your family?
I feel like any person, man or woman, that's moving too fast, the red flag is either they're trying to get something from you or they're very like
their attachment style.
Yeah, fucked up attachment style. They probably
yes,
insecure.
yes.
You know, they're probably just looking for somebody
that
and
they
it's
just need
interchangeable.
somebody
it
right
could be
now.
anybody.
And
you
it's
know what I'm
not
saying?
might not be you next week.
They don't
like,
really know you.
So that shit is like, no, like you gotta realize, like, when I'm up, that's why I say, like, oh, if this how you coming, like, keep coming like this then.
Mm-hmm.
You came like this anyway and you haven't fucked me. So keep coming like this and I want to see how long you can go.
Yeah. So
you go for 30 days, I don't know. Coochie might talk to you.
Okay. So if he stop after 20 days because y'all ain't fuck, is that like...
I mean, because initially,
20 days ain't no time for real.
It's not.
Yeah.
Like 3 weeks is nothing. And initially, if you were doing this, why is it stopping now? That's my thing. Like, you really got to get down to the nitty gritty and shit.
Like, you the same person?
You just met. You know me even more now. Because
Right.
at least we've been conversing now. And I probably told you a few things about me. Versus the first day when you got me fucking pulling up to the gas station so you could fill up my tank. And now that I met your mom and your 2 aunties. Like,
Yeah.
So what's up, nigga, after 21 days?
I get you. I hear you.
Like,
I hear
that's
you.
it.
I hear you. I think it's a common thing. I think dudes do it pretty often.
It happens to me.
And it definitely depends on the type of woman. Like I can't say I haven't done it in the past.
Mm-hmm.
To as like I know this is gonna be a tough one. Let me get in my bag.
Put in some extra work real quick.
Yeah, let me get in my bag and open these doors. I know this is gonna be a tough one.
Let me get these flowers.
It happens, and I think, you know, it can be, because it could be a mixture. It could be like, oh, I do like you, but I do want this pussy though, and I know this is what I got to do to get it. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be every nigga. First of all, every nigga want to fuck. Let's be clear about that. So like I hate that there's a stigma that a nigga who wants some pussy has bad intentions. We all want some pussy,
Right.
all of us, and we all want it as fast as we can get it.
Right.
The vast majority of us.
Ooh, I got something to
The
say.
vast.
Just like a rewind real quick. A good way to tell about the love bombing shit. If a nigga start doing all of that, he don't even know if you're intrigued by it. He don't even know if that's the type of shit you like. That's a great way to tell. Period.
Like he don't even know.
I
if
haven't
you
even
into
told
that.
you. I haven't even told you anything about what I like. That might not be my love language. Like that might, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even know.
You constantly taking
And you
me
just
to
doing shit that I'm not
steakhouses. I
even
don't eat
fucking
steak.
feeling. Like, I'm not even feeling this shit. Like,
Yeah.
and you don't even know. Like, you taking me to the
And,
steakhouse
you ain't,
and I want to go to the
asking
museum.
questions.
You taking me to, because he don't give a fuck. Because
Right.
you love bombing me. You're not really trying to, you know what I'm saying? So, yes, but go ahead. Just have
Sound
to
like
say that.
you got love bomb before.
I did before. I did. You didn't hear me say, like, it happened to me.
That's tough.
Yeah, nigga took me on 7 dates in 7 days.
That's just some Chicago shit.
A what? A 1950 hat on. Why you say that? I'm so confused right
Okay.
now. Like,
Let's get into some of these tips.
you're the sickest thing I know. Yes, so some of my tips. Okay, so this is one of my favorite tips, women, because this is, it's like has a double-sided, like, I don't know. When you're going on a date with a nigga or whatever, and he opens your door and you get in, lean over and open his door. Okay? This is just, I don't know, like, I done did this shit and it's just a respectable thing. Like, men just like it. They be surprised. They be like, damn, okay, cool. Honestly, most men will like it just because it's rare. But all men gonna like it because it's literally like from that movie, A Bronx Tale. So if, by the way, if you haven't watched that, you wild as hell, but go watch it. I think like I have a thing for motivational text. I don't know, like in the morning or like if like my nigga got something coming up that, you know, interview or whatever. Like I just like sending a quick like, oh, you're gonna do great, like blah blah blah. I think that's a way of showing a person that like you're interested in what they have going on and you want the best for them. So that's definitely a way of being chivalrous.
Is it bad that annoys me?
I mean, how often is it happening? But if you always doing great shit, then like that shouldn't annoy you.
I don't know.
Oh God. Okay. Anyways,
I just only like when people call my phone or text me for a real conversation. Like
no shit that you got to reply to and be like, thanks.
Anything other than that annoys me. It's like I don't care if it's good morning, have a great day, because now I have to stop what I'm doing to talk about this, and it's not even a real conversation.
Yeah, that's valid. That's real.
We'll go ahead though.
That's
sorry.
real. Ladies, pay for it. Pay for it.
Pay for the dick.
Pay for it. I mean, shit, pay for that. Like, if that's like, hey, whatever y'all transactional experience is, like, whatever. But at the end of the day, when I say pay for it, I mean, like, sometimes, honestly, if this nigga is taking you out and showing you a good time and, like, you know what I'm saying? Every 3 dates, like, you can pull out your wallet and pay for it. Like, it's not that... I don't understand. And some women really don't do this. And that's crazy.
Yeah. I definitely feel like if a chick invite the guy somewhere, she should pay for it. Don't invite me somewhere and expect me. Like, that's crazy.
That is crazy. But I honestly feel like even if that's not the case, like even if it just so happens like, damn, nigga, you've been rude. Or, yeah, you did invite me here, but whatever. We only bowling. We only, oh, this going to be a quick little $70. Yeah, I got this. Don't worry.
I like the offer is dope. Even if
he say no.
Yeah, the offer is dope.
The offer
for sure.
is incredible.
And even with the chick invited me to breakfast the other day, and I came ready to pay just because that's just, I don't know how this shit finna go for real. But I super appreciate it.
I literally took my nigga out for his birthday. Expected to pay. I had even saved a little bit because I was like kind of, and I'm like, okay, cool. Wouldn't let me pay, but the appreciation for the offer
for the birthday,
was great.
I'm definitely
for the fucking birthday, G.
That's crazy.
Blew me. Like I kind of had a little, had a little attitude. Yeah. But I'm like that. But I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn. Like, can I really be mad? I don't know. But that like the offer was.
I'm turning down the payment a lot of times.
But not for.
If you invite me, I'm not turning it down. That's number one.
Say,
for my birthday.
First of all, you invite me, not turning it down.
Yeah, for my birthday, I'm not turning it down.
Yeah.
Any other time, I'll probably turn it. Like if I invite you somewhere, I'm paying for the shit.
Yeah,
You're not
valid.
paying for the shit,
Valid. Okay. I think it's very important for to wait for your partner to walk. I don't know. I have a big thing with that. Like sometimes as women, like the nigga might be like get caught behind paying valet or you know what I'm saying, just whatever. And I just feel like it's important to like go a few steps ahead and just wait. I don't know. There's a thing that I have with walking behind your nigga or ahead. I mean, ahead of him is cool, but I don't like it. I think like walking with your partner is something that's like should always be the case.
The walking thing is interesting. I was taught that a woman should walk behind and to the right of a guy. I don't know. That's some army shit. I don't know if you got to be on the side.
It's definitely giving hut too.
My sword on this side. I don't want to cut you, bitch.
Because at the end of the day, it depends on what's at the street on.
Well, it's that we're gonna get to that too because that's some bullshit. But it is some bullshit. But we're gonna get to that in a second.
Okay.
But I was taught that, and I think that it sounds more protective if my girl is behind me a little bit. I have my kid walk in front of me because I need to see him. Right, so I think I don't know because it's like, and that's still protective too. So I don't know. Like, what's more protective if you right here?
I feel like you seeing me is definitely more protective.
The environment,
you being able to see me is for sure more protective.
Yeah, but
I think me walking with you, arm in arm, hand in hand, whatever, is the most protective it can get.
Yeah. Now I'm not gonna lie. Like in real life, a chick is walking next to me. I'm just saying, like I was taught that.
Yeah.
A chick should walk,
and that's crazy because it's like. Most motherfuckers was taught like wherever them cars coming from.
We're gonna get to that in a second. Is that all your tips?
No, actually.
Let's go.
Drive, ladies. And this is ew. Say it again. Fucking ill.
You the passenger seat princess.
Out. Fucking ill. I am a proud member. I'm damn near the head of the fucking club. Like, I am a proud passenger seat princess, okay? Like, I want to do nothing less than drive. But sometimes I think it's a really cool thing to, like, pick your nigga up, or I got a thing with, like, just walking to the driver's seat. Like, motherfuckers be like, I'm finna to know I got it. It's cool. I just think, like, letting your nigga sit and just chill for a minute is cool. Every now and then. Every now and then. Every Christmas. But no, every now and then, for real. I think like that's a cool thing. Mm-hmm. And just lastly, I got two. Just simply being thankful. I got a thing for acting like, damn, like, oh my God. Yeah. This is just the best thing that's ever happened. Like, niggas like that shit. For real. Call and vocally ask about his day. I think there's a thing with this shit is sick. It's getting sick. I think there's a thing with like dedicating some of your time to see each other's faces, hear each other's voice, catch up on your day, whatever. Cool. Talk to you later. Talk to you tomorrow. Like whatever the fuck. Like whatever y'all vibe is. But I do think that's important.
I hate it. I don't know. I like you could text me a meme. Text me some funny shit. Text me one of them Justin LeBoy joints.
Okay.
Or like some funny
just
shit.
Just because it'll spark up a conversation? Or
yeah, like it's engaging. Like, how's your day? Every day? It was the same as yesterday. Bitch, you know what the fuck I did today? Like, what are we talking about right now? Like, unless I tell you I'm stressed out and you ask me why I didn't talk about today, but it was a regular day. It's always a regular day.
I just feel like, I don't know. I guess it's like everything's so circumstantial and situational, because if I don't fucking talk to you all day, I definitely want to know how the fuck your day was. But if, of course, we're in interaction all day and I know that this is what happened at work already and I know that you caught a flat and I know, like, then cool. But otherwise, like, damn.
Maybe I'm just in a space where I feel like in dating and then dealing with multiple people and them all asking you the same question every day. Like, I could then guess how the conversation.
You just copy and paste.
How you doing? How was your day? What did you eat today? Like, what? No. Send me the
those are kind of
send me the Justin LeBoy post.
Interactions, but yeah.
Yeah. Or nudes. There you go. There you go. Send me a fucking nude. And I feel like it's certain women who learn me and they know how to get a reaction. When the chick's in the nude, they know, like, undivided attention. Like, fuck what's on the laptop.
I send a nigga a nude and be like, so how was your day?
There we go. Don't act, no, you just fucked the nude up. You just fucked the whole nude up.
That's why I said it. Because, like, yeah, here go this nude nigga. You was excited. And here come this bubble popping up. So how was your day? Because I know you saw this nigga, so don't not reply.
That's fucking crazy.
You hear me, Rail. Come on.
It was.
Come on, Rail. Fuck.
All right, so
it's that airy shit.
These are tips for men to be chivalrous. Some of these things we already know, but I'm gonna give them to y'all anyway. Number one, a big one. Pump her gas.
Buy it.
And first, I'm gonna give y'all the things that. Let me back up a little bit. Some of this stuff is for all women, and some of this stuff is for women you date.
Okay.
So the things for all women that I'm gonna say. Number one, I would never be in a car with a chick and not pump the gas. I don't give a fuck who the chick is. I'm not sitting in the car while a woman is pumping gas. That's crazy to me.
I broke up with a nigga for that.
You told, yeah. That is insane. I don't give a fuck who it is. And we could be into it. I could be into it with a chick. I'm not letting her pump the gas. And gas stations is fake dangerous. We in Chicago. Gas stations is fucking crazy.
She can get snatched.
Yeah.
And you sit in the front seat with attitude, texting in your phone.
Even we at a safe gas station. Well, I don't even know what a safe gas station is. But even if,
in
like,
Lombard.
We're not doing that. Walk her to the car. And I'm big on that. Sending niggas, like, because I might not do it. I might be just like, hey, bro, can you walk her to the car? Type shit. Yeah, I think walking chicks, or at least watching them to the car if you're not going to walk all the way with them, whatever the case may be. Just making sure women are not, like, just wandering out on their own to their cars.
Not wandering out like we some type of slow breeds. Just make sure they're not just wandering along like some little duckies. Looking for, where do I go now?
And then for me, I'm also gonna say opening doors on like public doors, buildings, stores, houses, whatever the case may be. That's for all women. Now going specifically to the women that you date, I think one of the big ones is finding your girl a seat and situating her wherever y'all at as soon as y'all walk in. And I had to learn that from my homie. It's been times where we'll go places and it might be a family kickback or something, and it's a lot of people around. I might just be cool, chilling, standing on the wall, kind of speaking to people as they walk by. With my girl with me, we could chill right here. My homie, one time, he'll always make sure his girl was like situated. And one time, now this is the first time I'm kicking it with me and his girl and me and my girl. Usually I just see him with his girl. He got a seat for my bitch. Like,
cause your nigga wasn't gonna do it.
He got my bitch a seat, and she got that. Oh, thank you. So I'm just like, you know what? This is never gonna happen again. Like, it was kind of embarrassing. Never happen
again.
It was fake embarrassing. Shout out to my nigga Theo.
Damn, it will be Theo.
Yeah. And so I think finding your girl, not only finding her a seat, but situating her, like food, drinks,
your bag,
where's your coat gonna be at? Like really setting our whole situation up, make sure she's comfortable before you move around the room and get to speaking to everybody. Like my homie taught me that shit, and that shit is dope. I just think it's a cool thing to do. What else do we got for y'all niggas? Let's see. I always check to make sure she got home safe, bro. Always.
Please.
Always. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes I smash and send the chick home, and I'll be asleep before she get there. But in the morning, I'm gonna text her.
And make sure she's not dead.
For sure. Sit through that weak ass show, bro. Like sometimes, like once a week. If you with your girl all the time, if you're not with her once every 2 weeks.
I can say this for women too.
Sit through that weak ass rom-com that she want to watch, The Notebook, whatever that bullshit is. Just go ahead.
Chill in the back while he want to play that dumbass game.
Okay, chill on the games.
Just saying.
Chill on the games, man. And this the last and final thing, right? We talked about the man walking on the outside of the street. It's kind of bullshit, right?
Okay.
And the reason why I say this is because a lot of people think is the reason for it is if a car jumps the curb, then it hits the man first.
It's
or
for water.
Or if the car hits water, it hits the man first. That's really not why it was invented.
Okay.
It was really invented, or the thought of it really came to be back in the day where a lot of second floors of houses would hang over the curb, and people used to throw garbage out their window in the old times. So the garbage would fall on the man instead of the woman. That's what it was made for. Buildings aren't made like that anymore, except for probably
fuck
New York.
walking on the side now.
I'm saying that what's more important than I feel like walking on whatever side of the street just in case a car has a fucking freak accident and jumps the curb.
It's definitely gonna hit y'all both.
What's more important, it's probably gonna hit y'all both. What's more important is, to me, shielding your girl from oncoming niggas.
Fuck oncoming traffic,
like
nigga. Oncoming niggas.
I'm not saying like any male or any man that walk past, but niggas.
A group of niggas.
Like if it's a group of niggas
I'll
who
never
look like they
forget that
on some, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do. We can get to that in a second. If it's a group of niggas that look like they just on bullshit, whatever the case may be, it's more important that you put your girl on whatever side of you separates them from you. So if they walking up this way, you need
get
to
over there.
Move your girl to the other side. Like I think that's more important as far as what side you on than a fucking car. The 1 in a million chance of a car hopping the fucking curb.
Valid.
And I think that when you do that, you know, a lot of niggas want to play till they see you not playing, right? And I think that when you see niggas, just you know how niggas is, like niggas will just try you just because they look like they can try
niggas,
you. And I think a lot of times, even if they with multiple niggas, a lot of times when you do small shit, body language, eye contact, hey, what up, how y'all doing, shit like that, niggas are kind of like, he not giving the vibe that he really gonna go for whatever. Like there's gonna have to be a situation if we fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? Versus a nigga who looking at the ground when he walk past, or a nigga who don't separate his girl. I feel like just doing that one thing, separating your girl to the other side, and them seeing that, it's kind of like, okay, he on point. You know what I'm saying? We might not play with this nigga. You know, and you know, most of these niggas can't fight anyway.
Facts.
So I think that those are the most important things in chivalry. You got Cam's Corner? Or do you want to go to the video?
The video.
You want to talk about the video? What do we need to clip the video in?
We might need to clip the video.
I gotta find this old ass video.
That video was crazy.
To describe the video, it's a guy and his girl walking, and I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all seen it. It's a guy walking with his girl, and it's a group of oncoming niggas.
Oncoming niggas got me so fucking
Some of
dead.
these niggas, let's say it was 7 niggas, maybe about.
Yeah, it was about 7, 8
I think
of they
at least
ass.
about one of them walked in between the couple,
Literally.
and like separated them, and then
had
like
the girl in the group.
Yeah, had the girl basically being flooded. She was like
With
Simba.
niggas.
She was like Simba in the little in the pack of hyenas.
Or on SpongeBob,
Like,
when
it
like
was
the fish
crazy.
all gather around and it'd be that one little fit. I was like,
Yeah, and then like some nigga, one of the niggas like
touched her.
touched her or some shit. I don't know. Did he touch her? I
He
can't
didn't touch her
remember.
booty. He like
I
grabbed
think he
her
like
arm,
yeah,
like
rubbed
tried
her
to like
arm.
rub her arm.
Like overdid it though. That nigga should have been out there fighting. That nigga
I'm
should have been
finna
out there
fight
fighting.
all 7 of
And
you
like
niggas.
I'm not a nigga who like don't crash out to be protective. But if the nigga violate, he violate.
And
like,
that's just it.
when
And
it's
I
time
gotta
to
take
crash
what I
out.
take.
Like,
Because at the end of the day, I will respect my nigga for like,
yeah.
for me, yeah.
Yeah.
For a nigga respecting
But
me.
physical contact that's violent. Like it's one thing if niggas is looking and niggas is talking.
You touch
and
me?
you don't got. I feel like a nigga ain't got to jump out the window for that. But a nigga touch your bitch,
That nigga kept walking.
you got to jump out the window. He didn't say shit.
He didn't even stop walking when
But-
she got caught in the crowd.
In his defense, he was a young dude,
Yeah.
and
I'm
he
dumping.
ain't want to
niggas
get his
though.
ass whooped. And some niggas, it just takes some niggas longer to come into that part of manhood or
That's real.
masculine energy or whatever the case may be. Because I always say like coming up as a young nigga, not his age, a little younger than him, but as a young nigga, I was kind of a timid nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like I was kind of raised sheltered and shit, so it took a while for me to come into. Niggas was in 3rd grade, tough as fuck. Like it took me a while to like
This
come
is
into that part of manhood. Probably like up until around like 8th grade, like going into high school type shit. But anyway, man, those are the tips for being chivalrous. You know, hopefully this episode helps for the community that we have as far as bringing chivalry back, making that shit look cool again, making that shit look good. When you cannot tell me when you see an old player nigga with his girl opening doors, hopping out a nice ass car, holding the door, that shit don't look cool as fuck to you.
Exactly.
You can't tell me that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is, man. You got Cam's Corner for us?
Yeah, so Cam's Corner is pretty simple. As y'all know, always sticking to the topic. I just think when it comes to chivalry, and it comes to dating, just do these things for your person because you like them, because you're interested in them, because you want to see them do less. You want to see them less stressed. You want to see them just living a soft life. That's it. Point blank, period. I do think chivalry was an old time thing, but at the end of the day, like I said, it's tied into simply just being a courteous, nice person. And I think that everyone should do it, men and women. When it comes to somebody you like, it should just be a natural thing. And I hope that everybody takes these tips, the men and the women, and you listen to what we said and you realize like, damn, I do like this person enough to start doing this. Even if you never did it before, that's fine. Take the time now. It's not too late if that person's still fucking with you, and just start doing it. It's honestly cooler to like just start doing it and like surprise them, because obviously if they haven't talked to you about it, they're not requiring it. And speaking of requirements, ladies, if you do require it and you do kind of like this nigga, he's not doing it, be vocal about it. If he not fucking with it, he doesn't respect the women. Not just you, not just anybody, whatever, or he doesn't really like you or whatever. But be vocal about it if that's what you desire as your standard. Point blank, period.
For sure.
Cam's Corner.
For me to close out, I want to go back to the protection shit we were just talking about. We have episodes about protection before.
Definitely.
But when it comes to chivalry, we talking about being out with your girl. We talking about being courteous to your girl. We talking about making sure your girl feels safe. Don't jump out the window for performative protection. And what I mean by performative protection is jumping outside of who you really are to try to impress your girl in this for the guise of protection. And in you know, the way a lot of us grew up in black culture or in whether it be in the hood or whatever the case may be, protection might look a certain way growing up. A lot of dudes ask like, why do good girls fuck with bad guys. It's like that age-old question. Why do these girls go for hood niggas?
Mm-hmm.
That's what in the hood protection look like a tough nigga. If you live in an environment where niggas is catcalling the girl all day, and if she don't want to give him a number, he throwing shit at her, calling her bitches, of course she gonna fuck with a nigga that look like he'll put this other nigga in the dirt because she live in this fucking environment. Girls need protection, and a lot of times growing up, that's what protection look like. That's the first image of protection in a lot of the environments we grew up in. However, that might not be who you are as a guy, but you might still be a protector. It might just not look like that. Don't try to make yourself that to impress a woman who is only used to that. So for me, for example, I'm a non-confrontational guy, meaning that a nigga could say whatever. If I don't feel physically threatened, I don't really react to niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't trick me out of my position. I'm not a puppet. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna get a reaction out of me unless I actually feel physically threatened. The woman that I'm with may not feel comfortable with that, because if a nigga talking crazy and moving crazy, and she see that and she see me not reacting, she might feel like, oh, this nigga really a bitch. I'm not finna crash out because she feel that way. Right. Oh, fucking well. Like, she might not be the girl for me. You know what I'm saying? Valid. And I think people who know me or been around me for a while know, like, nah, this nigga definitely get down if he got to get down. And I can fight. And most niggas, a lot of niggas
trying to prove a point has taken
niggas
lives.
Who can't fight. Niggas just hit hard as fuck. Be knocking niggas out in the hood. They can't fight for real. But I say all that to say that, like, I'm not about to trying to do something that ain't me to try to impress somebody in the guise of protection, especially in the city, like the city we live in. You'll fuck around and lose your life.
Trying to prove a point has taken lives.
You got to stay true to yourself. Be who you are. You know what I'm saying? And as far as women, get to know the man you with. He might not be a confrontational nigga. That don't mean he's not going to protect you. You know what I'm saying? Like, follow that nigga lead. And if you can't trust that nigga to lead, then y'all might not just be the ones that's for each other. But crashing out to perform some type of protection that don't really line up with who you are is not the wave. You'll lose your life doing that shit.
Agreed.
All right, I think that's it. Hey, everybody that's listening to this right now, we need you to share this with somebody that you think need to hear it. Share it with 3 people you think need to hear it. Make sure y'all leave a review on whatever platform you're listening to us on. We get a lot of listeners every week. We don't got a lot of reviews. I think we got like 5 reviews in the history of the whole fucking show. Which is crazy. Can y'all leave us a review? Tell us how y'all feel about the episode. Tell us how y'all feel about the show. How y'all feel about us. How do y'all feel about our haircuts? We got our haircuts
damn, I got a little
over a year ago, and y'all ain't said shit about it.
Nothing.
Leave us a motherfucking review, man. Also, make sure y'all click the links either in the show notes, or y'all can follow us on Instagram. I'm at Terry Roseland. She's at CamBamFam_. And if you go to the links in our bios, you'll see the links to everything that we have going on. We'll be in Atlanta August 17th. That weekend, August 18th through the 20th, is FC weekend. We got a bunch of dope events in Chicago. We got some entertaining shit, some fun shit, some educational shit. We got something for everybody. We'll also be in New York September 29th. We also have a ton of merch. We got it all. What the fuck? Backpack. What the fuck is going on?
Backpack. Backpack. Hey.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So, shout out to y'all for listening. Also, the Patreon is almost done. So that's patreon.com/Terry Roseland. With the Patreon, it will be 2 tiers. It's a $5 tier for you to just get exclusive bonus content, as well as you'll have access to a Discord for dating. It's the Welcome to Roseland Discord, where we get in there and we talk about dating. A lot of people hit me up for advice. You'll have a whole community of people who can help you out. Not just my opinion, but a bunch of different people's opinion in that community. It's Discord. It's a lot more private of a community. So that's the $5 Patreon, exclusive content, access to the Discord, as well as access to my podcast phone. So you can text me and we can set up a time for a call where you could get on the podcast and talk about relationship shit with me on the podcast, and it'll get posted as an episode. All right. And all of that, the episode will only be for people who are on the Patreon. That's part of the bonus content. Period. So that's what the Patreon is for the first tier. The second tier is a $20 tier that includes the pod class for people who want to be in podcasting. So if you're not trying to be a podcaster, you don't want to know shit about podcasting, that ain't for you. But if you do want to know shit about podcasting, it's a $20 a month second tier where you have the whole pod class available to you. That's pre-recorded shit that I've been made, and then I will be adding more to it month by month. And then, of course, you will have access to me to ask me different questions about podcasting and things like that. And we get really in depth, man. We show you how to do all type of shit, set up tours, and do everything that we doing. We ain't holding nothing back, man, from the people. So
Period. Nothing to our
there you
chest.
have it, man. You got anything for him, Cam?
Nope.
All right, man. We out.